The Human Condition is a team-taught English and Humanities class. And one of the goals of the class is interdisciplinary thinking. And so my teaching partner and I saw the Baytown Nature Center as the perfect place to study the ecology of a place. And when we say ecology, we're talking about the way different ideas connect and the way different influences shape a place.
Ultimately did with this class, or with this unit of the class, is we had students reading about the purposeful place and what it means to rewild a place, to go back and reestablish growth patterns, native plants, maybe even dredging out waterways in such a way as to encourage the wildlife to return.
What they learned was just how to bring some ideas to life. They were prepared to think about the place in the ways that we had shared in class beforehand, and when they got there they could look around and really appreciate how it connected to those ideas.
And we took a van out there and we walked around all these really important sites to do with the collapse of the town there that used to be there, Brownwood. And we had studied a lot of pieces of short stories and poems about Brownwood, and it just really goes to show you how much history is really left.
What was really interesting for me is seeing how all my classmates viewed it, especially because we had studied all those lens pieces before, and so they were thinking about it really deeply in a way that, like when I've been there with other family members and things, they hadn't viewed it so deeply.
At the end of that experience, when we came back and asked our students to respond to what they had done, they only had one criticism, and that was that we had not allowed enough time for the experience. And it's just rare when you find that a class asks you to actually expect more of them in terms of their time to provide more to that experience than what they initially were exposed to.
And so I think it gives students a really cool vantage point to think about our community and how our identities are shaped by elements of that community.
When I signed up for an English and Humanities course, I didn't expect to go on a nature field trip. I expected us to read classical literature. I never really felt that connected with nature before this course. And now I feel like it's a part of everybody, regardless if they're aware of it or not.
What I saw in my classmates is that it really got them thinking about nature in a different way and appreciating it more. It really was a highlight for me to explore, to combine nature with writing in English.
Changing the environment and changing the place where you're teaching and letting the students soak up knowledge on their own rather than just telling them and having their own experience come out of it is extremely important, and nature is almost the best way to do that.